Welcome to this episode of the Sonny and Staxx Show.
Beautiful.
I'm Bill Staxx and my co-host.
I'm Sonny Garasso. How are you? Let me tell you something. I love that explosion at the end. I don't know why.
And we're back. How you doing, man?
We're staying current. I'm doing good. You?
Yeah, definitely staying current. We got if you've seen the thumbnail, people, we got a surprise for you tonight. A pretty big one. You know, we've been talking about some things. I'll wait until things transpire, and then you'll see
Yeah.
surprises. Yeah. So today,
Hey, Bruno,
how you doing? I want to give a special thanks to Maureen. Maureen's one of my top supporters, and I just want to say I appreciate you, Maureen.
yeah, she does a great job.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's been here from day one, and she's loyal, and it's just great to have people like that around. So yesterday, I was playing a video, and we missed one.
Yeah.
How could we possibly do that?
You went back to the same one.
Yeah, the same one twice. Costanza,
Yeah.
how are you? So I got the one that we missed.
Nice.
We're going to get into it right now.
Do it.
And I did it. They put me in the halfway house. Then I got hit with COVID.
You ended up getting an early release and you got out in 2019.
Yeah, I did a year. And I did it. They put me in the halfway house. Then I got hit with COVID. Yeah.
So you get out, you're in a halfway house.
How Anthony Raimondi would say, covered.
Yeah.
Covered. I got covered.
Listen to the stupid thing the V-Lad says.
Yeah.
You're 50.
I mean,
you're
at
in your
this point, you're
50s. Yeah, right here.
57 years old. I mean, does it get tiring at this point? Jail, halfway house, trying to get your life back,
Yeah,
back on
it's the same
track,
shit.
and then dragged back into court? Because I remember, because this last case, you had to put up like a $5 million bond.
$5 million.
Right.
Sheesh.
$5 million. And Biden's son, he put up nothing. He walked in, walked the fuck out.
Right.
Dean,
Well,
what's up?
speaking
Liberty.
of Biden, in 2023, you actually had a photograph with Trump.
Yeah. Well, they said I fixed the election. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah. They said I made Biden win in Philly. I made $3 million. It was in some paper in Buffalo. Said I made $3 million and I made Biden win. Fuck Biden. I don't even like Biden. I won't vote. I can't even vote anyway, but I love Trump. I'm a Trump guy.
Felons can vote, by the way. You can restore your voting rights pretty easy. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I actually heard something about that. I think some guy interviewed told me something about like
He keeps coughing. They blocked that part out. You notice?
Yeah.
You got to stop smoking, Sonny. What the hell are you doing, man?
Well, I'm smoking for Joey.
Don't make me jump down there, bro.
Philly mob somehow trying to.
Yeah, it was in a Buffalo
the election.
paper. Yeah, they said I fixed it. They said I fixed the Super Bowl too.
Okay. And well, there was an article in the Philly Inquirer that basically said with that picture with Trump, he said Trump didn't know who you were.
He didn't. The guy took pictures with 400 people. Listen, he's a gentleman. He takes pictures with everybody. Anybody went up there and took a picture with. And I went up there and took a picture with him. And it became a big thing.
How many RICOs have you gone through so far?
3.
3.
After this conversation, it might be 4.
Probably.
I love that. Look at his smile. I love that.
Probably will be 4.
Might be 4.
I'm bringing you on as a witness.
Hey, Liberty, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And that's it. He's battling cancer right now. Shout out to Raimondi. We're wishing him well.
I mean, when you see Trump go through his RICO, what do you think will happen to someone who's been through 3 RICOs?
Now, just let me, that's a good question. Trump's got 4 cases, right? Four different cases. And he just paid back $83 million to that fucking ugly motherfucking girl, whoever she was. She had to pay Trump $83 million to go out with her. And he's got to pay $350 million. What is it? for the
Right.
for the
For
property.
the fraud case in New York.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got to pay. He's got 4 cases, 91 counts, and just lost almost $500 million. And everybody with Jeffrey Epstein, all the molesters, none of them got indicted yet. It's 4 years. You tell me what the fuck's wrong. You tell me if I'm nuts.
Francis, how are you? Nikki the Barber, Tommy, what's going on?
Hey,
This is
Francis.
This
Tommy.
is nuts. This is nuts, right?
He's great.
Yeah.
He's right. You know what? He's right too. Remember, we were talking the other day about this. We haven't heard a word about Epstein or the other one, Giselle there, and nothing.
She's in prison. Giselle's in prison.
Yeah,
Gal-
but she was talking too. Anthony
Hey.
Cassert is here.
How are you, Anthony? Thanks for joining us. We got a special, something really special for you guys in a little bit.
It's gonna be huge.
Just hold your horses, people.
Well, I mean,
Clinton was at Epstein's house more than Epstein.
right. Well, Epstein was convicted.
He said Clinton was at the house more than Epstein.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay here. You guys go. Wow. Vlad is a lefty Biden supporter.
Hi, Francis.
And, you know, he was on his way to sentencing. I mean, he was already in jail when he killed himself.
No, I'm just saying it's all. If that was fucking Trump, they would have fucking killed him. It's a disgrace. It's fucking. They control the country.
Amen.
I mean, but do you think, based on everything you went through and everything you know about RICO, do you think that he'll be found guilty of a RICO or no?
Trump, nah. Trump walked right out.
Nah.
I like.
He's like, I'll testify for him. I'll be his lawyer.
He wants to be his lawyer.
Yeah.
To be his lawyer. I'll walk him right out there. I'll walk him right out the fucking door.
Got
Okay.
it. Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Tommy.
Hey, DC, how are you? Dirty
Molino.
Harry.
Malerno for VP.
Merlarno for VP. That's how Vlad says it. Welcome, Joey Merlarno.
Merlino.
Oh man,
Yeah,
It's too
he is so funny.
it's hilarious.
You had 3 RICO cases, right? Well, it might be 4 now after this.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's a lot of things going down right now. Did you see the new interview with Stevie Mazzone, the alleged underboss from Philly? His lawyer did an interview.
Oh, no.
Yeah, seen it today
With who?
with that Andrea, that girl that was on Get Gotti,
Oh, my God.
the one that said she was in the crew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she was running the Gambino family with A-Light.
Yeah. A female rat. Her brother was a rat.
Yeah, I have the video where she admits to cooperating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, matter of fact, let me
There you
see
go.
if I could show you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have it right here.
Yeah. She was part of the crew.
Yeah, I'm sure.
John came up to her and said, "Hey, I like the way you handle yourself."
Yeah, so we're gonna give you a button. No.
If you get a chance, not that I'm promoting this fat bastard, but you got to check out the little baby Andy Baby's boy. With his
Nah,
lady. You
I
have
don't
to.
watch. I don't watch any of that crap, man. It's all crap.
You keep your your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Not me. I keep the enemies down the.
Uh,
That's where I keep them. Where they belong.
right. Put that picture up. Oh, it's behind us. What's wrong? What's wrong with us that we laugh at farts?
My bad. Thank you. How you feeling, man?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I told you I got a AFib now.
What's
So I
that
have to go-
mean? What does AFib mean?
I
What
mean,
is that?
the heart's like going crazy. It's not beating in a normal rhythm. So they have to go in and do what they call an ablation.
Do you feel it?
And no, they put you out.
No, do you feel like your heart?
I don't feel it.
beating
I don't feel it.
irregularly. You're
No.
like, oh.
Yeah, no, nothing. It's
No.
really strange.
They
How
got-
did Joe Cosenza? Because he pays good money to get them on.
Yeah, how does he get these interviews? He pays tons of money. Like, it's
Yeah.
not that hard to figure out. He's been doing it for a long time. He was a DJ. He has connections with a lot of people. He's in New York City. The list goes on and on. But listen, I might have some connections that you guys might not know about.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll have to see in the future, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to see if I'm
Between the two of us, forget about it.
if I'm full of shit or not full of shit. We'll have to see about that, right?
And behave. Don't get flushed.
Don't get flushed. Don't be the first one, because the first one is always the special one.
Link.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing all that. But listen, I will be dropping the link in a little while. If people want to come on and chop it up, we can have a conversation. But remember, there's a time limit. So we can chop it up with people for a little bit, and then boom, you got to go.
There you go.
But I will give you enough time to, I was surprised you had Larry Maz on. What's this surprise? I'm not in the mafia. I can interview anybody I want. I don't ask for permission, Dirty Harry, from anybody. I do what I want. I didn't know I needed permission. He has a devilish smile.
Who?
Who? Vlad or Joey?
I don't even know if Vlad has the face. I've never seen his face. So
I have. I got pictures with him.
he has a face.
Yeah. I got pictures with him. Let me see if I can find one. He's tall as hell, man. Like, really tall.
Thank you. Oh, is he really?
Yeah. In the picture, I'm like this, standing next to him. He's like 6'4" or something.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Cosenza. Not Costanza, Cosenza.
I don't know if I have the picture in here. I can't wait to show you guys what I've been working on. I got something I've been working on behind the scenes. Maybe you don't have that A-liar job, Sonny. What's that mean?
Maybe I don't have AFib.
AFib?
Oh, AFib, a liar.
A-liar come take you out if that's what you want. He's Dr. Death. You don't need permission. Chill the fuck out. I'm saying I think it was a good interview. Yeah, I have quite a bit with Larry. See, the reason I interviewed Larry is that he's not like them guys. He doesn't act like them. And he was really doing his thing. Like he really killed people. Like, for real. He's not proud of it. He doesn't
Right.
come on there and brag about it. He's not. And that's the reason why I have him on. And because I can. And that's the other reason.
No, but it's the truth.
That's how I feel. Listen, I don't just go after these guys because they cooperated. Let me make this very clear. I don't just go after them because they cooperated. I mean, that's a scummy thing to do,
Correct.
cooperating. But people have different reasons for it.
Mhm.
Everyone has excuses. But look at why Larry cooperated. His boss was working with the government the whole time. Scarpa, he was a serial killer. He was killing all kinds of people. What was he supposed to do? Sit in prison for the rest of his life to uphold an oath that obviously his boss didn't have any morals towards him or his son. He didn't help his son out. Any of that. He spent years and years in prison. If anything, Larry brung his friend in and they were able to get out of it.
Right.
So I have a level of respect for people that act like men. I have no regard for people who act like you know,
Oh, you come in,
jackasses.
you wearing the badge. They, with the lies. Like, one thing about Mazza, he didn't lie. I didn't know that he sings, Larry Mazza. Did you know that?
No, I know.
Yeah.
There's some things working on behind the scenes.
And he was actually singing this past weekend, and a friend of mine wanted me to come, and but it was too late. So
Yeah,
I
I
said,
didn't know
I
these things.
didn't know either.
They should have the song father down there since you're
Yeah,
down in
well,
Florida.
We're gonna do that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, I don't got respect for people like
This is Dominic Sicali.
this.
I
I
love the
enjoy
way.
Larry's stories too. Yeah, he has a lot. I don't condone rats, but I do like Larry's personality. I don't know him as a rat. I know him from Facebook.
Correct.
I don't know him from anything either. I wasn't
Yeah,
in the
the same
streets.
with me.
Yeah, it would be different if I was up here pretending to be a gangster, if I was acting like I was a gang, but I'm not. I don't act like that. People know that. People that know me know I don't act like that. And I'm just here to interview people and get you guys entertainment and see what you guys think about it. I'm not here to I'm here to criticize people that need to be criticized.
Right.
And that's it.
Hey, Phil Green, how are you?
Full green light. What's
Yeah.
going on? So, Dan, this is the second show we did today, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did one earlier.
Oh, the afternoon was a half hour.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
before the Larry Rolla interview.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 or 4 more of that one.
Okay.
And I have a new Jack O'Halloran interview on the way. Brand new. Fresh off the presses. And
remind everybody what you're doing tomorrow night.
I forgot.
You forgot.
I did. I forgot. There's so much going on.
You have somebody named Castellino coming on live.
Oh, yeah. We got
Holy
Castellino. We got, Gaetano. You guys or whoever has a bunch of things to say about it, the situation. So you're going to have your chance to ask questions right to the man.
This is Gaetano Castellano. I know you probably haven't heard of me because you haven't heard of a lot of real guys. I'm Paul Castellano's nephew, and I'm chatting with Staxx, exclusive.
Tomorrow night, it's going down. So be here, and you'll be able to ask all the questions you want. You guys can criticize, say whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but keep
Be
it
respectful.
Behave or get flushed.
Or get flushed.
And that's how we're going to play that one. But he will be here live tomorrow night. I like your style, Bill. I like your style, Sonny. Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy, thank you.
Yes, definitely. Tomorrow night, we will be live. And you guys can ask all the questions you want. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I got so much stuff going on.
Tell him to shave for the show.
Oh, me or him?
Him.
Needs a fucking chainsaw.
Boom. Francis says boom.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And he might be coming with some proof.
There you
Who
go.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I think it's funny how people are so quick to try to discredit somebody. It's
immediately. When you go across, you present yourself as an expert, you become stupid. Yes, nobody's an expert on everything.
No.
You don't know what goes on in some of you. You know who we're talking about. You know who. You're acting like you hung out with the guy. You had dinner at his house every fucking Sunday up in Toad Hill there, and so
Yeah.
you know everybody and every part of his life. You don't know shit. You know what you heard and you know what you read. That's it.
They know nothing, absolutely nothing. I've been talking to the family behind the scenes. Little do
Yeah,
they know.
I
And
know you said that. Yeah.
man, I'm gonna keep a lot coming. Part 3, I'm here. Flush the dookies out of the chat. Shout out to you, Anthony.
Link.
Yeah. Part 3 is dropping. I believe it's already scheduled. It's going to be early, right? Part 3 is early, but we're doing a live tomorrow night. So
Yep.
make sure you check out the live. A lot of people have a lot to say. So come in and say whatever you want, but keep it respectful and we'll have a good time. And that's all I ask.
He's still a guest. And if it turns out he wasn't 100% forthcoming, then we'll handle it.
Yeah,
in our
we'll
own
take them out
special
back.
way.
Yeah, we'll take
That's
mine
right.
the curtain. Right?
I think we'll have to get a bigger toilet though.
Yeah, probably. No, I don't think it's gonna go the way people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be a little surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So last night we talked about the Jake Paul fight. It was quite interesting to talk to
It
Bobby
was.
Hits, wasn't it?
Bobby Hits was great.
Yeah,
Absolutely great.
he's a great guy. He has a lot of knowledge. He's a professional boxer. He knows what he's talking about.
Boxer, promoter, very well spoken. He kept us entertained, but he also educated us.
Yeah, he's very, very articulate, and he's a successful promoter. He's not like a fly-by-night type of guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's not in it just for the money. He really loves this sport.
I like when you said, so who you betting on? He's like, what?
You know, there's going to be a lot of people betting on this fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's going to win? But really, what if it is a draw?
Then you got to bet on part 2.
I guess so. Like, what about like the Gotti the third fight? People bet on that. Nobody won, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a draw.
It was a draw.
And they almost disqualified Gotti the third, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Throwing that punch and going after him.
You know, what he did is he came out and he said afterwards, he wanted to explain his part. And he said that he was told that it was an exhibition. So hold back. Don't, throw anything, but just hold back from the banging. And that last round, Mayweather was going to town on him and even hit him when he was turning. So that's why he got fucked. He got his guinea up and said, "You mother."
Yeah.
So,
I seen that. He was pissed.
Now,
Big Boy says, "Is it boxing or MMA style?" Why? Who would win if it was MMA with Tyson in the cage? What do you think? What do you guys think?
I'd love to see Tyson try to get his leg up and kick him in the head, but
yeah, like a guillotine choke with his legs, right?
No,
arm bar and shit. Tyson with an arm bar on Jake Paul.
An elbow, bite his ear off. But big boy, it's boxing. They're wearing 18-ounce gloves and what's his name is wearing headgear.
They're wearing 150-ounce gloves. And Jake Paul's wearing ear guards to protect his ears. Oh, look at the cane in his hand.
They're wearing Nerf gloves.
Yeah, they're wearing pillows on their hands. I don't know. I don't get this whole exhibition thing.
It's strictly entertainment, and everybody's biting it. They're buying into it, and it's in Vegas. I mean, it's so much unbelievable. He's not
pay for view.
He's not 70.
It at the Commandos Clubhouse. That's awesome. Oh, they're gonna have a big viewing party there. Listen,
that's the way to do it.
I heard they're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And who do you want to win?
I want Tyson. Because of his age, especially, and how he seems to have turned his life around, but it's not a real fight, so it's hard to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really, really up
I
in the
can't
air.
find out how many rounds there's going to be. Is it a 10-round fight? Is it an 8-round fight? What is it?
And then I heard there was a thing today. I heard that Jake Paul was saying he had an injury to his hand and the fight might not go on. Like, come on, you
no.
cannot back out of this one. No.
Well, if
That
he
would
was smart,
That would be terrible if that happened.
it would. And he's got plenty of time to do it because the fight's not till July. So
What are you doing for St. Patty's Day, Sonny? Sunday.
it's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, St. Patrick's Day.
I'm gonna paint myself green and run naked through the neighborhood.
Sounds like fun. What do you do for St. Patty's Day? Do you have a tradition or anything like that?
No, especially down here. Everybody's gone anyway, you know. My mother used to make corned beef and cabbage. She used to make great corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Corned beef
Put some
and
mustard
cabbage
on it.
Sandwiches.
So yeah.
Those are always good.
I used to
Tyson
say,
don't
Ma,
wanna go into
Ma.
the headspace. He used to.
I used to
doesn't
tell him,
wanna
Ma, can't
go
you
in.
make meatballs and cabbage?
Can you make meatball sauce and spaghetti and we'll just pretend it's cabbage?
57-year-old Tyson will enter the ring July 20 at AT&T Stadium. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be MMA. He turned boxer. And even Bobby Hitt said he's been impressed with him the way he's been fighting as a boxer. So,
He has been stepping his game up, but
Oh.
I never seen Jake Paul in the MMA cage.
yeah, he was in there.
No, he wasn't.
No, not in a cage. No,
No, he never fought MMA.
no, kickboxing, right?
I don't think so. That's Tate.
Taekwondo.
That's Tate, man. That was Tate. Andrew
You're right.
Tate did that.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
This guy wasn't anything. He went from straight to boxing.
Right.
Hey, we got a special guest in the house. Well,
Bring him.
Stitch Duran.
What's up?
Whoa!
Hey, what's up, Stitch?
Oh man, just loving life, man. What's going on? How you doing, Sonny?
How are you, brother?
I'm all right.
Thank you so much for joining us.
There you go.
Everyone, welcome Stitch Duran. We appreciate you taking the time, Stitch.
Oh, of course, man. That's what I love doing. It's all barbershop talk.
Yeah. And there's a lot of it going around nowadays.
Yeah. Nothing wrong
Right,
with that.
yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this Tyson Jake Paul fight?
Hey man, you know what? It's people are talking about it, right? And you go through just about any social media calendar and people are talking about it, so they're doing the right thing. You know, it's funny you say that because I actually did the first one when Logan Paul fought KSI. And I didn't know who KSI was. You know, he had like 20 million followers. Didn't know who Logan Paul was. I worked with KSI. He trained here in Vegas for like 6 weeks, but I knew it was a different world because when we got to the Staples Center as a team, you know, once you get into the dressing room, then you go and you put your stuff down, and then the team that's going to work the corner will go to ringside and look at the ring. You know, look at your position, my position, and kind of formulate a program. But everybody knew who the two coaches were. They were from the UK. Nobody knew who I was, so I knew it was a different world, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you got all these people the young generation, you know. So I knew it was a different world. You know, I just booked Nate Diaz with Jorge Masvidal. That's, you know, another one of these social media fights. But Mike and Jake, I think it's, you know what, let's see what happens. You know, people are talking about it. You know, Mike Tyson is always going to be Mike Tyson, whether he wins or loses or runs out of gas. Jake Paul is, you know, he's doing a tremendous job on the marketing. You know, we were talking about it the other day where him and Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor are masters at marketing. And here we are talking about it.
Right.
They definitely are.
Yeah.
because I mean things are they're exploding all over the internet, it's all over the news, it's everywhere. Like you can't go anywhere without hearing about this fight.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But one question I want to ask you is, do you think it'll be a bad look on Logan Paul's, a blemish on his record if he beats a 58-year-old man?
It's not even about that anymore. It's about social media, win or lose.
Right.
It's not even about that anymore. What happens if Mike Tyson loses? What happens to his credibility, right? But I don't even think it's beyond that. It's a different world. It's boxing at the entertainment level. Let's put it that
Right.
way.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I know there's going to be tons and tons of eyes that are going to be tuning in. So on the marketing aspect, they're doing a tremendous job.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So what was it like working with in that first fight when Jake Paul was fighting?
Well, it was different than the World Championship fights I've worked, right? So it's like 7 of us, KSI team. They fly us from Las Vegas to LA in a private jet, and let me turn this off. They fly us in a private jet. They pick us up. They take us to a hotel on Rodeo Drive, and as soon as I get into my room, my pillowcases have my initials embroidered.
What?
Yeah, and then they offered these guys some high-end cars if they needed them. So I knew it was a different world. One of my sponsors, Curtis Wong, for Curtis and Company watches, he drove all the way and dropped off a couple watches for me to wear during the event. So it was a big thing,
Wow.
Yeah, I've done 2 or 3 of these events and been involved in them, and it's a different world, no doubt.
Are you going to be involved with this event?
Well, we'll see. Amir Abdullah is the one that has been touring Mike throughout the Middle East, and we're friends. He's always hooked me up with Badu Jack, and he's hooked me up with Caleb Plant. So we'll see. I love to be involved just because of the sake of it being one of them type of shows.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't go there and ask, hey man, I want to. We'll see. On the marketing aspect, it makes so much sense.
You're the greatest man for the job.
Yeah. On the marketing sense, it makes a whole lot of sense. So we'll see. If I get it, I'll definitely let you guys know. We could talk about that.
Oh yeah. You'll send us a jet, right?
Yeah, you send us a jet with our pillows. Our pillows embroidered.
Yeah.
You get Sonny and Staxx show.
Yeah. I'm at a different level than those guys, but that's it's nice just to be involved because of that different level of combat sports.
Well, we're gonna give you an Apple Watch. Is that all right?
I wouldn't know how to operate, bro.
Yeah. We're gonna give you a Casio watch. A Casio watch. Here.
I had to ask Randy how to log on to you guys. So that's still a little bit on the old school.
And I did tell Tyson the message that you gave me for him when I met him in New York and on the west side.
He's a good guy, man.
I said, hey Mike. I said, Stitch. I said he wants to be on your podcast. And he goes, Stitch.
Yeah, we go a long ways, man. It's such a good kid. I used to do pads. I was a coach before I was a cut man, right? So when I moved to Vegas, I've been here like 29 years. I didn't come to be a trainer because I had an 8-to-5 job, but I was real good at doing pads and people would hire me. Mike McCallum, Johnny Tapia, and Panama Lewis had called me and says, hey, look, can you come and do pads for Mike? And man, I would have been, because we used to train at the same gym anyway, and I saw Mike then, but just to do pads for him was pretty special. And then he took off, and I think I did like a week and a half, and he took off, and he was getting a divorce from his wife and came back, and then that's when he started with Freddie Roach. But at least, I got to break a little bit of sweat with Mike and feel his power. So
and what's his power like?
It's solid, no doubt about the short, crisp shots. And, I've done pads for, Cliff Kauser that looks like Mike Tyson and he hits like Mike Tyson. So I worked with him for many years. So I was accustomed to doing pads for the big boys. I did Franco Volta when he fought Mike Tyson, and prepped him up for that fight. You know, with Panama Lewis. So yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Panama Lewis.
I can't
Panama
imagine
Lewis.
getting hit by Tyson.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about it is what's going to happen, and it takes one shot, but then you're looking at conditioning factors because Jake Paul's in tip-top shape, and
Yeah.
if he was smart, he would dance around for 2-3 rounds,
Correct.
and just work off his jab and there used to be a fighter, Duncan Dakawari, heavyweight from Nigeria, and his nickname was Time. And he says, you could beat anything, but you can't beat time. Right. And
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, that's always been a factor.
Yep.
Yeah, they wear you out, right? They wear you out.
Yeah. I'm looking for a video that about 23 years ago I did. I interviewed Mike a week before he got his tattoo.
Yeah. Remember,
yeah.
When I had you on the show, I had the video. He had no tattoo.
Yeah. So, but the thing about it is, at that point, Mike was saying guys like me, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Oscar De La Hoya, when we fight, get a percentage of what we have and let's give it to these guys. We're talking about a pension plan and insurance plan, right? And,
Right.
and that was what this whole film was about. And Mike says, we don't need it. Let's give it to these guys. So yeah, hopefully, him and Jake Paul could start that, get a percentage of their money, put it into an organization that's going to have a pension plan and insurance plan for fighters.
Absolutely.
Francis Ngannou, he I always mispronounce his name. Same thing, he was a rebellion guy that, the game has to improve. And if you get guys like Mike and Jake that put in the first ones, then others will follow. And even like Mark Ratner said, the money comes from the pay-per-views, but it takes one big man to start it. And Mike would be that man. Did you ever hear that? Yeah. Did you ever hear that? What Mike said, Sonny?
What?
When he said, we got to get back to the fighters.
Yes. Yeah. And he's right.
Yeah. 100%. It's so we'll see what happens.
And they started a movement like that probably about 10, 15 years ago. And it started to gain steam. Bobby Halpern started it up. And Louis Volpe. Remember Lou Volpe?
Yeah.
It was a middleweight, yeah. And then it just kind of it lost its backing. And it's not right. It's not right because there is no pension program.
No, it's horrible. It's horrible, and that nothing has changed. And in this since I did this film 24 years ago.
What was the name of the YouTube channel that film was on?
Well, it hasn't been out yet. Mike's that quote right there is somehow it's on YouTube's where guys like us, we got to get back. But it's funny you bring that up, Sonny or Bill, because when I saw it, I hadn't seen it in 20 years, over 20 years. And the young man that helped me passed away. So I looked at it and I'm thinking, wow, all these Hall of Famers, half of them are dead.
Right.
They all had answers and solutions for every issue, from dehydration to management to contracts. They had solutions to everything, and nothing's ever been done. But now I look at MMA, and it's affecting MMA also. So,
right.
As a tribute to John that passed away, my goal is to get some reshoots and include the old ones with the new ones and see if we can make an adjustment. So the war continues.
Yeah, let me know if you need me to help out on that. I can help you out any way I can.
No, of course, 100%. And I just did an interview last night. I sent the guys the video, and they examined it, and we literally talked about the issues that I brought up during this documentary. So yeah, we got to get the movement going, and like saying, hopefully guys like Mike and Jake Paul will say, what, here's a great opportunity for us to, because they're not doing it for the money. They're both filthy rich, right? They're doing it just because it's a sport and they love it. But let's get back.
Good. Well, you always got an open platform here. Anytime you want to come on, anybody wants to come on.
Oh no, trust me, we will be spreading the word once there's a foundation set.
Yeah, good.
And the movement goes.
Look how long it took the NFL to do that.
Yeah.
These people, they're getting bones broken, concussions, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that film.
There he is.
I got a clip of it. I put a clip on in the interview we did last time. Here, I'll show
That's
it.
the one right there.
Discipline is a form of just winning. It's a form of doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. And that's what discipline is. And I don't care how great you are, how much talent you are, without discipline, you're nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, then he also another one, because I asked him, I said, Mike, that little thing, as every fighter has that one little thing that nobody has that separates everybody. What's that one little thing? And that was in conjunction with this comment. He says, take the pain. You have to take the pain. And as I left, I thought about it. And I tell all these young guys, I said, here's what Mike said. In fact, I said it yesterday. But as I left, I said, man, he's right, because you take a pain in training. You take a pain during the fights. You take a pain with your family. You take a pain financially. And some people take long-term damage pains. Dementia pugilistica, broke, there's so many situations that come with trying to be a world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
So where were you when the whole situation happened with Tyson and Holyfield?
Oh, I was.
It's a year situation.
I was actually I was home. I was watching it on TV here in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because one of my friends is the one that picked up the ear.
Is that right?
Yeah, he picked up the ear, and that was quite a historical moment. And I guess now Mikey has gummies that are ears, and they're very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weed gummies.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, and they're the shape of an ear.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think when that happened? Like, were you shocked?
Yeah, of course I was shocked. Yeah, of course. You've seen crazy things in the ring and all that, but that was kind of excessive.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Just to bite a guy's ear off. It you kind of look deep into a fighter's mind or a person's mind is what made him get to that point to create that type of element.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember watching that at home too. And
we were all shocked.
he tried once to get it, and I was saying, what the fuck is he doing? Trying to bite his ear? And then not even 5 minutes later, he rips a piece of it off.
God, yeah. Oh, that must have hurt too,
man.
I think it was frustration. It was frustration, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And Holyfield was kind of taking him to school.
It was. And he, Mike was hitting him with some good shots, and it was like, it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. Holyfield was a top shape, man.
Yeah,
he
he was.
came in from light heavyweight to cruiserweight to heavyweight, and and really just kind of stayed focused. So,
it was just
how'd you like Lennox Lewis as a boxer? You think he was overrated?
He won fights. How can you be overrated when you win fights? Everybody's a critic, but the results are the results, right? And
we know that, right?
Yeah, like predictions. I don't like to give predictions because we don't know. You don't know. I don't know.
Right.
You're just using your opinion. But usually I'm wrong. If I pick you, Bill's winning the fight.
I'm usually wrong too.
Yeah. I'm not good at that.
Yeah, but so do you think this is going to be a sanctioned fight, or do you think it's going to be an exhibition?
Well, it's an exhibition right off the bat. And they're having it in Saudi Arabia, and they're using.
I thought it was in Texas.
No, you're right, Arlington. But I think it's part of the Saudis are the promoters for that.
Yes.
So yeah, it's an exhibition, and normally, when you get anybody, I think past 38, you got to go through all these medical tests and before you get approved and all that. But it's an exhibition.
So do you think they're going to be fighting like full force, or you think they'll be holding back because it's an exhibition?
No.
It's for entertainment purposes.
No, they're working on Eagles, and Eagles are going to go out there, and Mike has a lot to prove. You don't want to get beat by a young guy. Jake Paul wants to beat him because he's a living legend. So
And either way, Jake Paul's gonna be like pretty. It'll be a notch on his record getting
100%.
knocked out by Tyson. I got knocked out by Tyson. People will love it, right?
100%. It's a win-win situation for for both of them. You
For
know,
both of them.
and that's the whole thing about it. It's not even about a win or lose situation. It's about performing and going out there. But I mean, look, everybody's talking about it worldwide.
Yeah.
You know, non-boxing people are talking about it, and
Yeah.
it's crazy and this bullshit and all that. But
But they'll be there watching.
it's a social media event.
Yep, absolutely.
But Bobby Hits, we had Bobby Hits on last night. I don't know if you know Bobby Hits.
Yeah, sure.
Go shout out Bobby Hits. He was saying that he thinks it'll be a blemish on Jake Paul if he beats Tyson, being that Tyson's 58 years old, and it would just not look good for him.
Nah, it's not even a point, bro. You know, it's once people see it, yeah, you're gonna have all your critics, win or lose. Anybody, Mike, win or lose, Jake, win or lose, you're gonna have your critics. But that's not the function of this whole event. The whole event is that they put two guys that are at the highest peak of their marketing right now and put it to good use.
Yep.
So, yeah. It'll be Arlington, the stadium will be sold out. You know, no doubt about it, man. And you know, so they're doing what they have to do.
I gotta be honest. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
See, look at that.
You know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm gonna drop the link if anyone wants to come on and ask this question.
Yeah.
If you're open for that.
I got a question. How'd you keep all your hair like that so beautiful?
Yeah. I know. I've been blessed, man. You know, sorry, Sonny. You know, blessed, man. You know, I feel like the Godfather now. You know.
There you go.
But I earned my stripes, man. So I'm good. 72 years old. I feel great.
Hey, you look great for your age.
Yeah, thank you. I feel good.
Definitely.
But you know, this game keeps me young. You know,
you're 72.
Pardon me?
You're 72.
Yeah.
Wow. Never would have guessed that.
This game keeps me young. You know, stuff like this. You know, how can you not you know, be energized once, you know, you hang up and, you know, love doing what I do, and for me it's not even a job, it's more of an adventure.
Well,
I dragged Sonny out of bed. I'm like, Sonny, get up. We got a show to do, man. He's like, oh man.
Yeah. But I tell you, I did a Top Rank show up in Turning Stone a couple of weeks ago. And it was snowing there, so it was my first time in the snow for this year, right? Shit, I got sick, you know, and this staying busy, and my voice is now just coming out of it. It's a little hoarse, but I feel great, you know. So New York kicked my ass.
Yeah, well, especially up by Turning Stone, they get hit with a lot of snow.
Yeah,
you know, because they're way up north.
Right.
That's where. Remember the story I told where I won that money?
I don't remember that one.
After my son graduated high school, him and his buddies went up to Turning Stone.
Oh yeah.
So I drove up the next day to meet them, and I'm walking around. He gave me his card. I sit down at a $5 slot machine, and I hit for 10 grand. Oh, everybody's like, they bring me over. You know, do you want to check? Give me the fucking cash. So they give me the cash, and I'm starting to walk away, and they call me back. Excuse me, Mr. Grasso, were you born in 1988? I said, do I fucking look like I was born in 1988? Why? Oh, well, whose card are you using? I said, my son's. Oh, you're going to have to give me that money back. I said, you better get about 6 people out of here.
Wow. You ain't taking this money back, right? You're going to give it back?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
they tried, though,
not.
Right? They tried to take it back.
Yeah. I was surrounded by 3 gigantic Indians, you know, and then I got my son on his cell phone, and he came over, so they had to give the money to him, and then he gave it back to me. So,
oh man, if he wasn't there, you would have had a problem.
I would have had a big problem. Yeah.
Identity theft at that.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
But do you gamble, Stitch?
No, not at all. You know, when I moved here 29 years ago, I said no gambling and no partying. You know, I came here for one reason, and this is to do what I do. You know, I drink not a lot because people always offer me drinks, and I can't afford to, you know, to do that all the time.
Yeah, right.
But I did a story as I went to Kazakhstan with Beibut Chumanov from Kazakhstan, and after the weigh-ins, these guys wanted to meet us, and they invited us, the coaches, to their restaurant to go eat. And I'm the kind of guy, shit, a free meal, I'm in. So it's a round table, and there's 3 Kazakhs there, and they say, Stish, you Mexican, you drink tequila. We Kazakhs, we drink vodka. We drink tonight, huh? I think motherfuckers challenged me, bro. 3 bottles later, say, Stitch, yeah. Man, but I got so drunk, man, I threw up, and the weigh-ins the next day, I'm like this, but I beat the guys, you know.
But
You beat him?
you hung.
You beat him?
Yeah. I could let them. They call me every once in a while, Steve, Mexican, my friend, you know, so I got the respect on that.
There you go.
No, I just spoke a lot of weed. Matter of fact, I got a brand, my own brand coming out. It's called taxx. It's coming out in June here in Nevada, and so we'll be having the coming out party at the end of June. And
Is it only, it's only in Nevada, or can people?
Well, yeah,
order
you
it?
can only sell it in states that you grow it. So
Yeah.
we're going to start off in Nevada,
Yeah.
then we're going to have it in California, and then of course New Jersey and New York. And there's a big native convention that they have here. It's like 15 tribes, and I worked one of the chairmen of 3 tribes from North Dakota. 62-year-old guy did an amateur boxing event a couple of weeks ago, and I wrapped his hands, and he had his war bonnet on and all that. So anyway, they're building a major casino here, but also we just met yesterday because they want to start growing cannabis in their reservation. And so that's a route that has been offered to me, and of course, you know, I'm jumping on it.
Take advantage
what's it
of
called?
every opportunity you can.
Taxx.
Tyson
Tyson
Stitch.
I told him the best weed I ever smoked was a year off station in Thailand. If you could create something as good as that, we'll call it taxx. And that's gonna be the name.
That's a great name.
Yeah. So, and then the rolling papers. The rolling papers are gonna say "Roll with the pros." that's
Roll
awesome.
with the pros.
Roll with the pros. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
you're
that's awesome.
cornering the market on marketing things. You have the Cutman.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
press-
My
what's it called?
inswell, my tape.
The
My
Inswell.
mount
Yep.
tape. You know, have the wrist wrap, and yeah, you know, I've always, not that I'm an entrepreneur, people saying I am, but I just like to create things and things that we need, you know, like the KO swell, for example. It's all the ones that are out there are all flat, you know. So I was coming back from England at the UFC, and I put the water bottle here, and it's contoured. So I went home and I got some clay, and I made a prototype, and then made an example, and the one I made is curved here because of all the swelling here, right? So here and here, and then the other side is flat in case you need it for other areas. But
Right.
as you guys know, when fighters get swollen, you see the guys are trying to move that swelling away. Well, that's the wrong thing. Go direct pressure. That's why I made the KO swell.
Yeah, because it makes it damages the good tissue when they're
100%. It sends it into tissue that's not damaged, you know. And even my tape, the Stitch Premium tape, Canelo uses it. You know, Michael B. Jordan let me use it in the Creed movies. You know, and it's like it's water repellent, and I added more glue, and it got my name on it. You know, yesterday I went up to one of the gyms, and they have a bachelor party of like 15 guys from the UK that came down. And Jeff Mayweather and Floyd Sr. and Dewey that trains on Gunu, we were there as guests, right? So they wanted me to wrap the guy's hands, and of course I wrapped the groom and then the best man, but I used my own tape, and man, they had a hard on, you know. So those are the fun things that I do, right? Outside of working the fights, you know. So yeah.
Oh, you earned those fun times.
I've earned my stripes, man. And you know, when I did the first Creed, you know, we're on break, and I'm talking to Sylvester Stallone, and I said, man, I can't sleep at nights, you know. And what's wrong, you know? I said, well, I'm here with you and Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler and Tessa Thompson, and man, he put his hand on my shoulder and say, man, you earned it. And I thought, well, you know, he's right. But you know, let me add a little behind the scenes on that. When I got the script for the Creed movies, my name was Marcel. I said, man, I don't know anybody named Marcel. But when it was time for Rocky to introduce us to Adonis, Sylvester Stallone says, oh, this is Stitch, the best cut man in Philadelphia. And
that wasn't in the script.
It wasn't in the script, man.
Nice.
Oh, so they used your name in the movie. They took the fake name out.
And the thing about it, Luis Guzman, the actor, he was the one on the IMBD, whatever. It was
Right.
his picture on there as the cut man, Marcel. So I was doing a UFC in Newark, and I see him across the octagon. And during the break, I go introduce myself to him and his manager, and I said, "Hey man, whatever happened to the Creed movie?" He said, "Well, they called me and never called me again." I said, "Man, I got your job." You know? And,
There you
Oh,
go.
there's
and
your
we became
tape
friends.
on his
We
hand
became
right
friends
there.
after that. Yeah, see, look, Michael's using my tape. You
Uh-huh.
know, and
Wow.
they're filming a documentary on my life right now on based from the fields to the garden. I think I told you about that before.
Yeah.
And Michael came on board, you know, and gave us like 30-minute interview. And
Wow.
there's one segment where he's saying, because like in the third movie, I'm wrapping his hands. It's just Michael and I, you know, in the trailer. I'm wrapping his hands. I said, "Michael, do you know my real name?" He says, "Stitch." I said, No. Do you know my real name? He says, "I don't." He says, "Well," I says, "Jacob." I said, "No, you don't look like a Jacob." So that part is in the documentary along with others, you know.
Mm.
So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So they will finish filming April the 28th. I'm getting inducted into the National Boxing Hall of Fame. So that'll be our final, and then we'll finish cutting it and putting it out on the market. But Michael's people, the executive producers, we're working on them, helping us get it to the best network out there, and even these Native American chiefs, the Native Americans that I work with, they're talking about investing into the program. So
Okay.
it's coming up, man. I'll let you guys know when it happens.
Congratulations. You deserve all that. You
Absolutely.
really
man.
do.
You know, things just happen. Hey, Bill, to this point, I've never asked for one job. You know, I'm just a proud Chicano, man, and I've been blessed. I know I've been blessed, and
Mm.
you know, things just happen. You know, so it's
No,
coming
you're a
up.
good man. You can tell just by looking at you and talking with you.
Yeah, I always try to give back. You know, when you grow up as a farm worker, and you know, you're picking tomatoes and peaches and cotton all your life, and you know,
Right.
you kind of you kind of depend on people to help you, take you along. And my parents were always helpful, so our whole family has always been giving back and giving back and giving back. And you know, I just got a big residual check from the Creed 3 movies 2 days ago. I send my kids some money. You know,
There you go.
I share my love. It's not even about the money anymore. It's about accomplishments that, you know, if I could do it, anybody could do it.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah.
What about people
you're-
in the chat just said Pasquale Falcone. He says, "What's up, everybody? I just want to say, Stitch, you are an absolute legend." So there you go.
That's a mind blower. You know, that kind of
Right?
embarrasses me sometimes when guys tell me, "Hey man, you're a legend," and this and that, and it's a little humbling, right? And
Hmm.
I mean, it's much appreciated, trust me, but it's you know, I don't see myself in that position. You know, I see myself as wrapping good hands. I see myself as working on good cuts. You know, but I guess those are the traits that come with it, being inducted. And in fact, last week I got a call where in August I'm getting inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
so all these accolades like Pasquale just, you know, gave me right there, they do mean a lot to me. You know, where
Hmm.
the guys from England, when I wrapped their hands yesterday, oh man, the best cut man in the world. You know, and this is coming in from the UK. You know, so
Wow.
little things like that, they mean so much to me, and I always, you know, I always try to feedback and give back and appreciate those type of.
And you know
momentum.
what? At this point, if it still blows your mind when you hear those things, it shows how humble you really are.
You know, it's crazy, man. And you know, I always try to
Right.
give back. I told my friends when I moved to Las Vegas, I said, "Look, man, I'm taking a bus. If you want to get on the bus, let's go, because I'm going with or without you." You know, and
Right.
but,
Yeah. Yeah.
but with when I did the Creed 3 movie, I went and bought 50 tickets, and I went back home. And the guys that I grew up with in the migrant camp, there's still like 20 of us. I invited them, and then friends I went to high school with, other people. So 50 of us went to go see the Creed movie together. You know, just giving back.
yeah.
That's
At the premiere. Was it
yeah.
the premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing of giving back, you know. And one quote that one of my friends says, you know, we're in the, you know, you go in the backyard and you're drinking beers and all that. And so after that, he says, you know, "Jacob, you really inspire us." And after that, I'm going to LA. It's like a 5-hour drive to do a UFC. And that always stayed with me. But as I thought about it, I said, me inspiring them inspires me, you know. So that's my energy, is to always give back and do the best I can.
And keep doing it. Right. Absolutely.
How old were you when you decided to take that leap?
Which one?
when you were working in the fields and you decided,
Yeah.
listen, I'm just gonna go take a
Yeah, it was-
chance because it was a big risk for you, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, baseball, I always wanted to be a professional baseball player. So when I got out of high school, figure my school was, I think, 78 kids graduated. And that's from 3 towns to make it. So school was like 300, 400 students. But I walked on to Merced College, which is 9 miles away from my little town, but I didn't have a car. So I would go to school with friends, and after school, they would leave, and I'd stay in my practice, and I'd have to hitchhike home. And after a while, I didn't know about grants. I didn't know about scholarships. So I joined the Air Force. And that was in 1972. And I always said if I went to the Orient, I'd want to study the martial arts. Well, in 1974, they stationed me in a place called Thailand. And I didn't even know what Thailand was, man, but I saw my first Muay Thai fight. And from there, on the base, they had Taekwondo for the GIs. So Taekwondo Thailand sounds the same to me, right? I knew nothing about that. So for about 3 months, we trained in Taekwondo, and then the Koreans left, and the Thais took over, and they transitioned us, and got back and got into boxing to improve my hands, and opened up a school of kickboxing, ASK, the American School of Kickboxing. And
when did you first wrap your first hand?
Well, that's when I started. I was a trainer first, but then I learned to be a cut man as we went down the road. But I would, in those days, it was boxing only, and nobody would teach. In fact, I remember Bone Crusher Smith fought Marvis Frazier, Richmond, California. And I was learning to be a cut man, right? And I would watch other guys in the dressing room wrap hands and all that. But I asked this one guy, I said, look, I'm trying to learn to be a cut man. Can you tell me what you did? The guy says, fuck you. He goes, I'm taking this to my grave, and you got to learn like me. And he walked away. That was the boxing mentality then. And so I learned on my own. I would wrap my own hands, and I would get on the bag and, make adjustments. And that's how I learned to wrap hands on my own.
And that kind of puts discouragement in you when he said that to you, right?
Well, it did, but it motivated me to never be like this piece of shit. Now I go back with Andre Ward. Andre's the undisputed champ. Because I lived in Oakland. Andre's the undisputed champ, and my name had gotten bigger now at that point. And I've done this interview hundreds of times, and not once did I ever mention his name. But now I go back, and he forgot about it. Now him and his son want to take a picture with me. So I said, I put my arm around both of them, and I thought, you piece of shit, I want to thank you for, letting me know I don't want to be like you. And till this day, you don't even know that he just influenced me and not being like him.
But he gave you the drive to look where you are now.
Yeah.
Keep going, right.
And then Randall Cunningham, there's 2 people in my life. Randall Cunningham, at that time, was a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. From Las Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, from Las Vegas. So we did a show here in Vegas. And I still live in California, and I was still nobody. I was still Jacob, But me and my 3 brothers are talking to Randall Cunningham after the fights, and this guy comes. Come on, Randall, let me introduce you to this one guy. He says, "Hold on, let me finish talking to these guys, bro. I never felt so important in my whole life than at that moment." Now, Randall was a pastor here in Las Vegas, and once again, I've told the story many times, and I've never met him, but I don't want to just go to his church and say, "Look, man." I know I'll run into him somewhere. And then at that point, I'll say, look, man, you just influenced me to be like you and always respect people. The guys come up, hey, man, do you mind if I take a picture? Do you have time to take a picture? And I said, yeah, it's when people don't ask that I should be concerned. So giving back that's what keeps me young. That's the energy level.
Yeah, I'm sure you've dealt with a lot of people with a lot of different personalities over the years.
Oh, yeah, different, man. Shaq. I see Shaq when Triple G's fighting Canelo at the I think at the MGM T-Mobile. He's in the back, man. He comes up to me and says, "Man, I see you everywhere." That was our conversation.
I love Canelo.
Yeah, oh yeah, Canelo. And it's awesome because he uses my tape, right? And what happened there is when we did the Creed movie. First thing he asked me when we met, because I'd never met him before, right?
Right.
First thing he asked is, how long you been wrapping hands? I said, 30, 35 years, but I told him the story of when I was selling the tape on my own, but I was traveling all the time. So if you ordered, I wouldn't get the order till I got back. And then, so it'd take longer. So through a dream, I called Juan Ramirez that had just started his company, Cutman for Hire Supplies. And I said, Juan, would you be interested in carrying my tape? And of course, you know, because it gave him credibility. But I told Canelo and his coach Eddie that. And, you know, I know they're using it to also help him out, you know, and give him back. So I just got a call today from Frank Espinoza. I'm doing the fights in Glendale, Arizona on the 29th, top rank. And Oscar Valdez is fighting. And, you know, the last time he got all bruised up and all that. And Canelo was there because Eddie Reynoso trains him also. So if I see him, I just thank him again. I said, look, man, I just want to thank you for, you know, support not only me, but Juan Ramirez. You know, and he's the only one that carries my tape by choice. It's not about me making money. It's about helping this young man out. And I told Juan, I said, my goal is for you to be doing this full time because he does a great job. So that's Cutman for Hire, and it's the 4 is the number 4. Cutman for Hire supplies.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description of this video.
Yeah, and he does everything. I mean, he carries everything that we as trainers and Cutman need. So he does a good job.
So I loved Canelo, but I didn't love Cunningham because I'm a Giants fan. And he ate us up every time we played.
Not my problem, bro.
You're a Giants fan, bro?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan.
The Raiders are here, right? And you know, I lived in Oakland, so I came here, and the Raiders, you know, came in and
they followed you, Stitch.
Yeah, now the Oakland A's are coming. You know,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so it's trip. I'm kind of give you little guys insight. But these natives from North Dakota, you know, they own oil, they have casinos, so they're making bank. Well, they're going to be building a major hotel casino right next to the new Oakland A's stadium. So the day before yesterday, I got invited to reception dinner from the chairman, Chairman Fox, which is a chairman of the 3 tribes, the head of the tribes. And he invited me to dinner, and all these dignitaries were there. The guys from the Oakland A's, the guys, the architects that are doing the Oakland A's stadium. They had the Archbishop. They had top politicians. And I'm the little Chicano right here, like, shit, what am I doing here with these guys? You know, but that's the kind of love that they give me.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, it is.
It's a tribute to you. I think they're still going to be called the Raiders, right?
What's that?
They're still going to be called.
Yeah, the Raiders, but this is the Oakland A's. That stadium where the Tropicana is at, they're knocking that one down, which is right across from the MGM. Perfect location. And they have property right next to the Tropicana. It's like 20 acres. So they're going to build a hotel casino with I mean, it's major. You know,
nice.
So yeah, got to be part of that. So I think I'll be able to get a suite, you know, when they have the grand opening, you know. So
yeah, you should be able to.
We're out of friends. It's just friendship, really.
So we're going to be doing a lot of field trips.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way down there right now. Matter of fact,
hey, Stitch, can you give me a room? Yeah.
Hey, Stitch, I need a voucher.
Yeah.
Lost all my money.
Yeah.
So, you've seen hundreds of cuts, probably thousands in your career, right? And we talked about that really nasty one. Remember where you said you could smell it? You could smell the iron in the air. Yeah. So what are some of the injuries you've seen on people? And
I've seen broken bones, legs, you know. I've seen death in the ring.
You've seen death in the ring?
Yeah. Johnny Montevez fought James Creighton, Too Sweet Creighton. And this was at the Orleans. And the kid was great. You know, he trained at the same gym and all that. He was from, I think, Minnesota. Mexican guy, but from Minnesota. Always ironed his stuff. And I'm a big fanatic of ironing clothes. So he was a good kid. But
my brother is too. He's watching right now. Shout out
Johnny Montevez ended up, you know, getting knocked out. And, you know, he's right in the middle of the ring. And, you know, they finally take him to the hospital. And he had a hematoma and ended up passing away. You know, broken bones. I worked with what's his first name? A UFC fighter, and he gets knocked out, and he breaks his leg, and I'm on my knees and I'm holding his shoulders and his head right here, and he's in pain, and Stitch, what happened? And his leg is this way and his foot's this way.
Hey,
And I look at it as a man, Corey, you broke your leg. Go ahead and scream as much as you want. And no, my father, I'm looking for my father. So I had down the house, wanted to cut me and go look for his father. And so they shoot him up with morphine. They put him on the stretcher to take him out of the ring. And his final words to me were, Stitch, I almost had him. Wow. You know, heart of a warrior.
and then he went.
Yeah.
He got lost. And then he ended up, years later, he ended up with pneumonia and passed away. You know, so I've seen it all, man. Crow Cop, when he got knocked out by Gabe Gonzaga, you know, he literally, he's knocked out that he's snoring.
Yeah.
But I had seen those before, right? And the doctor, this was in the UK, the doctor wants to pull his mouthpiece out. But I've worked with enough top doctors to say, no, leave the mouthpiece in, because what happened is his whole body went into shock. And as long as that means he's breathing. You know,
Right.
so you want to let it and just his body to reboot again. And that's
And his jaw's clenching too at the same time,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. You don't want to try to pull it out.
You could probably bite his tongue off.
Yeah.
Put your fingers in his mouth, bite your fingers off.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You know? So yeah, but I've seen them all, man. It's just, you know, guys crying and tell me they love me, and I'm just all those moments are what are important. And like I tell guys to this point, I've done hundreds and hundreds of world title fights and with the best fighters in the world, and it's not even about that no more. It's about the characters. What happens, you know, when I'm with these guys, and you know, one of the main things I tell them is, you know, I'm here to take care of you like you're my son, you know, and put that into their mind. And you know, so those are the points.
You have their back when they go in there.
I got their
no
back,
one in alone.
Yeah, I got their back, man, and they understand that, you know. And so let me see if I could find another. Vladimir Klitschko, when we were doing the Creed movie, Michael B. Jordan always used me as an advisor and asked me who should give away the WBC belt. And so I explained Jose Suleiman, and his son now Mauricio is the head of the WBC. He was from Mexico City. And anyway, Earl Spence fought Ugas in Dallas, Texas. And Mauricio was there, and I told him the story, how we represented the belt at the highest level. And he says, well, let's take a picture, let's send it to the brothers, because they're both fighting Russia right now. And they're both WBC champions. I'm going to let you listen to what Vladimir sent me, and kind of tells you the position that I'm in with these fighters. Watch this.
My two-third man, Specialist Stitch, with whom I spent so much time talking, and he actually saved my career.
Wow.
On a lot of different stages. If Stitch wouldn't be in my corner, I would not make the record of 12 years being a champion. So that's so great to see both, and Stitch is the man.
And basically that says it all, you know. And
yes,
when I got that, man, it brought tears to my eyes, because, you know, they're right in the middle of the war. As a matter of fact, Vladimir just sent me a video 2 days ago. He's in Washington, D.C. So he is kind of like the face of the Ukrainians, you know. And, you know, he's in D.C. to try to get support from the United States.
mm-hmm.
It's terrible what's going on over there.
Oh, it's horrible.
Everywhere.
Now we got Israel and Haiti and all this stuff's breaking out everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. It's insane.
Yeah. Hey, Haiti's out of control.
That's heartbreaking, man.
It is.
The prime minister, you know, he resigned, and, you know, but when they're talking about a civil war, and, you know, just the poor people are being left homeless, like in, you know, the Gaza Strip. You know, these poor guys are thousands and thousands and thousands are homeless, millions.
Right.
So what's wrong with this world, man? You know,
what's your position on what they're doing with this country?
Yeah, same thing. You know, so, you know, and you would figure just through generations that things would get better and get better and get better, but doesn't seem to be the case.
No, they weren't taught. They were, you know, this was the, you know, everybody gets a trophy era and everything's okay. And, you know, we're right, you're wrong. And the old ways are no good.
Man,
no good.
Guys are girls, girls are guys. They don't know.
I say put them in the ring and let them duke it out.
There you go.
Yeah, you know, show me. You know, it's easy to talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk.
Yeah, violence solves everything, I think.
Why not? You know.
Yeah.
or at least the threat of it anyway. But
Yeah, you got that right. Hey, you said that message, it touches your heart. This is what touches my heart right here.
Hey, Stitch Duran here. How you guys doing? Listen, I'm chatting here with Stack. If you guys want to hear stories, I got stories like nobody else. A couple weeks later, he comes back. He has tattoos.
What did you think when he comes back? He's got this massive tattoo on his face. What are your thoughts? See, I feel like I see that.
Hey, shit! I took that shirt off today too, man. I told my wife, I said, "Baby, I gotta get new shirts, man." I said because when I first met these natives, it's been 10 years ago. I went to North Dakota to wrap one of the guys' hands. I still got that same shirt. I gotta get a new wardrobe, man. So yeah, that's when I first met you when we did this video.
Yeah.
I just seen him in an interview, and they asked him about the tattoo, and he said, "I don't know what I was thinking."
Yeah,
I like that.
That was
honest.
It wasn't popular to get tattoos on your face.
Never.
I like it.
No.
Unless you were Samoan or New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Staxx.
Yeah. I mean, I've had one. It was after Tyson, but it was before it was popular,
Right. Oh yeah, now they got them everywhere.
If I'm gonna get any, I'm gonna get it up here.
Oh yeah, make it dark, right? Like
make it hair. Make it
I can't take it. I used to have hair like you. Used to be so beautiful.
Yeah. I've been blessed. Yeah.
Now look, it's running down my head and down my back.
It's slipping off his body.
Yeah, right, exactly. Golden flow, like Fabio.
Yeah.
Those are dreams,
Do you got any plans to be in any more movies?
Well, Creed 4, that's coming up. I saw Michael a couple of months ago with Shakir Stevenson out here in Las Vegas, and we talked, and they're working on it right now, and they're doing everything that goes beyond that. But usually, in a couple of years, they'll start doing production. So but this point, I'm part of the Creed franchise, and in this interview that Michael did for my documentary, he says, Stitch is one of the pillars of the Creed movies, and he put me in that position. So
yeah, I mean, you can't watch that movie without seeing you in there.
Yeah, and it was funny. I was telling guys were working in my house today, and I was telling them another situation. I said when the first movie, remember Rocky got sick and he threw up, and and during that movie, we had just left. The team had just left, so it was Adonis and Rocky working together, and Rocky gets sick and finds out he has cancer. But we had just left, and the scene is Michael picks up Rocky, and they're walking, and all of a sudden Michael's looking, or Adonis is looking, and he yells out, "Stitch!" Well, during that filming, we're in Philadelphia and it's snowing, and the gym is on the second floor. So on the stairs down, we're waiting, and I hear Stitch. And my first thing is to move up. I said, now maybe it's part of the movie. Well, that wasn't in the script. So the next day, I'm wrapping Michael's hands. I said, Michael, look, I don't kiss nobody's ass, but I want to let you know the authenticity of this moment. That I had just, my job as a cut man is to take care of you.
Right.
I had just left. And the first thing you do is yell out, "Stitch!" That stayed in the movie,
That's awesome.
And that was a powerful movie, a powerful moment.
That's a powerful moment, is right.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills again thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that wasn't in the script.
No, that wasn't in the script at all.
So a lot of the stuff that was going on during that time just stayed in the movie. And now it's iconic scenes from the movie.
Yeah, those were, just to come in as Stitch, and to yell out Stitch, and just give me a lot of love, man. They're super nice with me.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a movie recently. I played Kane. I didn't play Bill Staxx. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's huge to do that.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's cool. So
that is great.
It's a blessing, man.
So I have a clip of Teddy Atlas talking about this Logan Paul Mike Tyson fight. Do you know Teddy Atlas?
Yeah, I read. Yeah, I know him. We're not friends or anything. I remember we landed. I can't remember, Providence somewhere. We landed at the airport, and he was a little short on cash, and I think I gave him some money. He paid me back and all that, but that was it. Small introduction, you know. But I know of him more than he knows me.
Yeah, he was around Tyson in his early days when Tyson was like, what, 14, 15?
Yeah, that's
Right,
young
yeah.
age. Yeah.
So
that's the
he-
model.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here's his prediction. I got a little clip I'll play for
Yeah,
us
let me
real
see.
quick.
I've been in it 50 years. He didn't disrespect. He went, he learned what he had to learn. He busted his backside.
And the Pro Boxing fan link is in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out.
The news of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. You've obviously been part of Mike's team a long time ago. Talk to me about that. It's a bit of a weird one. We didn't expect that, and it came out of nowhere. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, July 20th in Texas.
It's going to make money. You want me to say more than that? Is there a need to say more than that?
Okay, let me ask you then. Did you feel like Jake Paul was going to stay around this long and be... You know, he's done bits in boxing. We know with the Martin Serrano, he's got his own promotional company, that he was going to stick around and maybe make his name in the sport.
I'm actually a fan of Jake Paul's, and I'll tell you why. The American dream. He had a vision, he had a belief. He went out there, he took all his YouTube, whatever you call those freaking things, all his YouTube followers. He went to a different platform, to a different arena. As I said, he had a vision for what he was going to do. And you know what? He had the guts, he had the determination to go out there and color in that vision and take risks doing it. Yeah, everyone says he's fighting old guys, he's fighting guys that aren't real boxers, he's fighting guys that are boxers but they're not good boxers. All that. But he has taken risks. He's been in there with MMA guys that, like I said about Ngannou, you know, they might have been a little older at the time. They might not have been purely a striker. Obviously, they were UFC champions, but they were champions. They were fighters. There were guys that were in the atmosphere that Jake Paul had not been in. Jake Paul's been in it 3 years. They have been in it for 20 years, 15 years. That was a risk, and he took that challenge. He took that challenge, and he went and he succeeded. And then he fought a fight everyone wanted in Tommy Fury, and he lost in a competitive way. But right. I like him because he has not disrespected my sport. I've been in it 50 years. He didn't disrespect. He went, he learned what he had to learn. He busted his backside, training, doing what he had to do, you know, to learn the best he could learn. And he's still a work in progress.
That was nice.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, and you're right. Jake Paul is outside of the ring of what he does. And, you know, he talks a lot of bull, but all that is marketing. But he's also a very good guy. And he was training here in Las Vegas at Bones Adams Gym. And my grandkids, I mean, they're like 7 and 10, right? They're big Jake Paul fans. I didn't even know who Jake Paul was, right, at that point. But I asked if you know, they could meet him. So we drive up, and he's out there. He's getting out of his big cargo van, and he comes and says hi. It's Ava's, my granddaughter's birthday, and he's wishing her a happy birthday. And he's talking to Jackson, and, you know, giving back. And you didn't have to do that, you know, but right. That's the kind of guy he is. And, you know, and keep in mind also giving back when one of their fights got canceled, he paid every fighter their contracted monies. You know, on this last one in Puerto Rico, when the girl got sick and didn't pass their examination, 18,000 people went to go see her fight in Puerto Rico. He made her the main event, but he ended up reimbursing everybody's tickets. You know, so those are the right things to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he's about the sport. Hey, Ike says hello. That's Randy's son. He's watching right now. Yeah, he says hello to Stitch.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, it's his birthday in 6 days.
Yeah,
Ike. His name's Ike.
What's up, Ike? Yeah, Randy, he's a good man, and you know, he asked me if I'd come on his show, and you know, you can't say no to Randy. You know,
he's a great guy.
Yeah, super guy, man. And those are the kind of people I like. You know, there's more good people than there are. I don't do assholes and kiss asses. You know, it's just not my nature. You know, you're a fake at that point. You're a fake person. You don't do fake people.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I appreciate that.
So how old is Ike?
How old is he? They're watching right now. Tell me in 1 second. I think he's I don't want to get his age wrong, but I think he's around 11.
Okay.
11 or 12, something like that. How old is he?
I'm going with 11.
Yeah. Well, he's not. He's a young man. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And he he loves the sport. And that's what it's about, getting the next generation involved to something positive, that they're not going to be in the street hurting other people or committing crimes and things like that. And they could focus on something positive, settle their differences in the ring. What do you think about when two people have a problem and they take their differences to the boxing ring? Do you think it's a good idea or bad idea?
Sure. Yeah, of course. Contact from another person will make you humble. And there's nothing like absorbing a shot, right? And
that's a wake up call, right?
Yeah, that's a wake up call where you know what? Okay, let's be friends. Easier being friends than being enemies.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wasn't it Mike who said everybody's a tough guy till they get punched in the mouth?
Yeah, first time.
Right?
Yeah. It changes personalities big time.
Oh, real quick. I had my personality change many times.
What about when he was on the plane, when Tyson was on the plane and that guy was drinking?
He showed remarkable constraint because he could have completely turned that guy into oatmeal.
Yeah, oatmeal. I like that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then the guy, he's going to be 17. My bad, not 12.
17.
He's going to be 17, so he's probably ready to get in the ring with Logan or
I'll tell you what, right? You tell him, man. Next time, if I ever meet him in person, I'll wrap his hands like a fighter and I'll give him a cast to go with it.
There you go.
Oh man,
that's my gift to him for his birthday.
Appreciate that. Definitely. Yeah, this is great. I love having you on. Your wealth of information, and you're welcome back here anytime, Stitch.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah, next time I have you on, we're gonna schedule it and make the thumbnail. This was a surprise. I just wanted to surprise the people and bring you on and talk about this Tyson fight and see what your thoughts were about it.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was great. All the stories, the time flew. You've been on for an hour and a half.
Oh, and my wife was making dinner. She goes, well, I said, 7:30 our time, right? Which is 11:30 your time. Yeah, because we're normally 40, 45 minutes. And all the other people say, hey, man, stay at 15, 20 minutes. I said, it won't happen. I got so many stories.
You get into it and it just flows, right?
It's all barbershop talk. I go to Mayweather's gym all the time. I'll do my rounds and go to Bones Adams' gym, Mayweather's gym, Salas's gym, and just shoot the shit.
That's it.
Barbershop talk. That's how I spend my time. I don't go party or anything like that. It's all just.
Well, you're going to be talking about this situation until July 19th.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You're going to get tired of hearing about this situation, probably.
Nah, nothing wrong with that, man. I love it.
Yeah.
You guys got a good show, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Thank you. Is there any iconic fights that are coming up in the near future that you're going to be involved with?
Well, they happen all the time. I don't know what you call iconic. Yeah, I'll tell you, I just signed with Nate Diaz. He's fighting Masvidal. It's another one.
Shout out to Nate Diaz.
I love Nate. We're both from the 209. And when I was with the UFC, him and Nick was the star before Nate came on board. But I was the one that was designated to wrap their hands by their request. Because we're all from the same area. But when I was in Stockton when he fought Jake Paul. I was in Stockton for a boxing event, and I see him at ringside, and we hug each other. I hadn't seen him in a while. And say, hey, man, who's gonna be your cut man for the fight? Fucking you are, man. And his agent Zach Rosenfeld called me 3 days later and locked me in, and they liked our association again, and so I'm doing that again June 1st with Nick.
I love how Nate does that. Like he slings his hands down and then he sucker punches.
Right. But see, and that's what I told Zach Rosenfeld, his agent, that it's a 10-round fight. That it's a high probability that he will win this fight because like Tyson Fury and Floyd Mayweather Jr. You can't teach that style of fighting to anybody because that's their own style. And both Nick and Nate used to spar with Andre Ward, you know. So as long as Nate uses and fights the way he normally fights, you can't read him. I can see him going the distance and winning the fight.
Profits for Life says, kind of funny to think back on Stitch might remember this. The day before Dana cut him, I was in a public beef with Dana over defending Nate Diaz for Dana ripping him off.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking up for the fighters' rights and my rights, they took our money away, right? And because they were paying shit, and they still pay Cutman garbage. But I spoke up, and to this day, I became the face of the rebellion. And you know, Wesley Snipes at the Creed movie premiere comes and shakes my hand and say, "Man, UFC did you wrong." Bill Goldberg, hey, you know what? F Dana, man, I got so much respect for you and Royals in Dubai, and but the best compliment I've gotten to this point, it's been like going on 9 years, is when we're doing shows in the bubble during COVID here at the MGM. One of the Brazilian coaches came up to me. I hadn't seen him in 8 years, and he says, "Steve," he goes, "We, the coaches, the fighters, we thank you for speaking up because we couldn't." And I could have died with that quote. You know?
How do you feel about Dana now? What's your thought?
I don't even pay attention to him. You know,
would you ever work for him again?
It would have to be under different circumstances. Well, I don't know. You never say no, you know, but it would have to be under some heavy circumstances. To my benefit,
payment up front.
Yeah. Payment up front for you and the guys, right?
Yeah, but you know what? And I'll give you another behind the scenes story. When Conor McGregor was fighting Floyd Mayweather, I was doing a fight at the Garden, and John Cunningham was his trainer, and he comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, I want to talk to you about working with Conor." And I said, "Of course, you know, it's a big fight." And I said, "Wait." And then after that, I finished the fights, and at the end of the show, I go to the dressing room. He says, "I just spoke to Conor, and he wants you to work with him."
Wow.
So I said, "Well, you know, I have like 4 fights scheduled, this and that." Well, his agent called me, and he says, "Yeah, we could do it, but they want to see if you could cancel those fights because they want you in the gym every day wrapping Conor McGregor's hands." I said, "Yes, of course. You know, it's a big opportunity." But they came back. I guess they mentioned it to the UFC, and they came back and said, and I got the email that I was too expensive. You know, I would have did it for $1, bro. You know, but the reason why is Conor was training at the UFC Apex Center, and it wouldn't look good on Dana that he brought me in on board. You know, so they blackballed me from that fight.
Oh man,
yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever go and watch the fights when they're having events or anything?
No,
like
man.
that?
You know, all the characters have changed. I was talking to the guys from England, talking about Dan. They let Dan Hardy go, and Dan Hardy really said it best. He goes, that when they let Stitch go, that was the end of the golden era. You know, all these new fighters, I don't know them. You know, I don't follow them. So I've been blessed to be working as the house cut man for Top Rank ever since the COVID kicked in, and that gives me plenty work.
Yeah. Well, you're doing great.
I'm doing fine. Doing great. A lot of good things are happening, and they just keep building up, you know, and so no telling where we'll be next time we talk.
Hey, I'll be here to listen to your stories.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Sonny will be here too.
Yeah.
We'll be in Vegas in our comped rooms, you know.
Yeah, sure, of course. With the natives, you know.
With our initials.
Yeah, you'll be able to try tie stitch and all that. We'll just have a big party, man.
Why not?
This is awesome.
Yeah,
you better go have your dinner before you get divorced.
Yeah. No. I want to make sure it's nice and fresh. And don't worry, baby. You know, we'll make a quick call. So,
and as we get closer to July, we'll do this again for sure.
Yeah, anytime, man. You know, I enjoy doing this, and you know, I do a whole bunch of interviews and
you have your podcast. Give your podcast a plug.
Well, somebody just messaged me the other day that they want to team up and do, I think it was fighthype.com or something like that. But I got too many things going on, man. I can't commit to doing this on a regular basis. But I'd rather do this, have you guys ask me the questions, and I can tell you the stories.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you got one or two more stories, right?
But I got books. You got to read my book, by the way.
But where can they get your book?
At Amazon. It's From the Fields to the Garden. You know, because I grew up as a farm worker, and my goal was to make it to the garden, which is Madison Square Garden. Now the documentary is based on the same name, From the Fields to the Garden. And, you know, but just by the grace of God, a week after I signed with this group, I get a call that Triple G is fighting, of all places, the garden. So they gave us all access, and we got the footage that we needed there. And then COVID kicked in, and that kind of put us down. But we got Tyson Fury, Sean Porter, and Shane Mosley Jr., and a bunch of guys that we got in the film as fighters. You know, Cain Velasquez from the UFC, Scott Coker that, you know, that has Bellator, and guys I've worked with in the past. And like I say, our final day of filming will be when I get inducted into the National Boxing
Hall of Fame,
April the 28th.
Yeah.
So
I love that name, From the Fields to the Garden. That's awesome.
yeah, it's me, you know. And when I got to the garden, I mean, I've been there for both sports.
Right.
Here I am. I'm a little Chicano kid that grew up as a farm worker here. I feel like Jethro Bodine from the Beverly Hillbillies.
You made it, man. You made it.
I made it, bro. Yeah. So I've been blessed.
Thank you so much for coming on, Stitch.
My pleasure, man.
Absolute legend in my eyes, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people. And I wish you nothing but success in the future.
Well, thank you, man. And yeah, you're right. It's just, you know, because I'm no different than anybody else. And I always tell these young guys, and I think you and I mentioned it before, Bill, that one line that we're scared to cross, if you don't cross it, you'll never get there. You know, so take that leap, and, you know, follow your dreams.
Definitely.
They do come true.
There you go.
All right, my man.
Well said.
Thank you, Sonny. Man. Thank you, Bill.
You have a great one.
Good night, Stitch.
We'll do it again, guys.
Definitely.
All right. God bless.
Later.
Peace out.
Yes.
Good man.
That was great. Great show.
Good man.
So what do you guys think of that one? That was our our second episode of the Sonny and Staxx show.
Yeah, I think he was a little too shy. He didn't talk enough, but
yeah, I know. Maybe next time we'll get him to talk a little
great
more.
stuff. I mean, he knows everybody. Holy shit. It's unbelievable.
Absolute living legend.
Yeah.
We might get a couple more living legends in the house.
Oh, we are. And I'm working on, a couple for you too.
Hey, I might have a couple in the chamber too, myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Couple in the chamber.
Happy birthday to Ikey.
Ikey.
Happy birthday, Ikey.
Happy 17th birthday.
Now go cut down some trees. Clear the yard.
Go get your hands wrapped.
Go get your hands wrapped by Mr. Stitch Duran.
Yeah, he is mad cool. He really is.
Thank you so much. Give you a shout out in the
thank you, Francis.
Why'd I have an alarm set? I must have had something I had to do.
What's 140?
Figure it out later. Yep. It's 140. 140. No, it's 11:10, man. What do you mean? I thought it was really 140. I'm like, holy shit.
No, the time. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah. This flew by. So me and you were on for 30 minutes, and then he came on. So he was on for...
He was on for over an hour and a half.
No. We were on for 30 minutes, me and you.
Oh, we were. So he was on for an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was on for an hour and 10 minutes.
And it flew. The stories were great. They really were.
Yeah, absolute great.
Especially when he's dropping names that we know, it makes the story that much more enjoyable,
Yeah, it's great stuff, man. Shout out to Nate Diaz. I can't wait to see that fight. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that should be a good one. That's what that sport needs. Boxers coming back.
Yeah, like people quality fights.
Absolutely.
Joey Blunt says, awesome show, Staxx.
Good man.
Legit, cool guest, real.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can whip up for you guys in the coming days and weeks. We're gonna reach into the bag of tricks and see what we can pull out for you guys.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're just getting started, huh, Sonny?
That's right, brother. And look, everybody behaved. Nobody got flushed.
Hey, we can still
Thank you, Joe.
still give it a test. Still give it a test. Right.
Yeah. We got to test it once a day.
Still running.
It's uh-oh.
Get the plunger, Sonny. Well, I think this one deserves
There you go.
thank you.
Let's give it all to Stitch.
Hey,
He is a humble man, though.
definitely is.
He didn't forget his humble beginnings, but as a human being, and I'm glad he's starting up that thing again for the boxers, because my father and I were very involved in that, but it was like 18 years ago. And like he said, a lot of them are gone now.
All the legends, it's
Yeah.
just not the same quality anymore. Like those names, Lennox Lewis, Roberto Duran,
Right.
like Holyfield. Like you just don't have this quality of fighters
Right.
anymore.
Yeah. Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. I mean, Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Dude, the list goes on and on.
It does.
And on.
The internet killed it. Used to be on Saturdays usually, on regular TV.
Profits for Life says you guys are gonna have all these fake ass channels sweating bullets going forward. It's cool to see people actually keeping it real like two fellas do. Keep up the good work. Thank
That's
you, man.
awesome. Thank you.
Definitely. Couldn't be said better. And hey, when you get recognized by people of his caliber,
Mhm.
the stuff that people that are irrelevant, their words don't matter. So
That's right.
make sure you tune in tomorrow night.
Get your questions ready.
Get them ready because it's gonna
This is
get
Gaetano
real.
Castellano. I know you probably haven't heard of me because you haven't heard of a lot of real guys. I'm Paul Castellano's nephew, and I'm chatting with Staxx, exclusive.
Paul didn't have a brother. Find out on the next episode.
Do some research, will you? Come on.
What are you doing? You're killing the genre.
Yeah, who's this guy John anyway?
No. Who's this guy, genre?
Mr. and Mrs. Ra's son.
Whose birthday was it today? So it was someone's birthday today. Someone with a big name, and I forgot.
Really?
Yeah, one of the famous people, one of the famous guys.
Well, Joey was just
one of the mob guys. Another one was today.
Really?
Nicky Scarfo. Nicky Scarfo's birthday is today.
Oh.
Happy birthday to Nicky Scarfo. Let me tell you exactly how old he is, matter of fact.
He's dead.
I know, but it's his birthday.
So, however old he was when he died, that's how old he is today.
He died when he was 58 years old.
Oh my God. Now, there's another guy with good hair. I'm obsessed with hair. Can you tell? I'm like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. Don't touch the hair.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It says January 13th, but I could have swore I seen it today and it said somewhere. Maybe it wasn't Nicky Scarfo. Maybe it was someone else. You got to get a wig, man. Get a wig. You could have long hair. Matter of fact, I interviewed 2 professional skateboarders today.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, really good episode. Al Garcia and Fabian. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't know. I know Garcia. I don't know
Famous
Fabian.
skateboard, yeah. Al Garcia and Fabian Alzar.
Oh,
You'll definitely know him when you see him.
yep. Whatever happened to that guy? Alamar.
Fabian he's an actor and shit. He came on my show today. It was insane. A great episode. Here, I'll show you a picture. He's a great guy. Fabian. And shout out to Al Garcia. They got some big things in the works right now. Matter of fact, I might have to go out to Vegas soon. So might be taking Stitch up on his offer to get us comped rooms.
Right?
In the suite.
He got offline and went, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
This is Fabian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Danny Trejo.
Danny Trio.
Shout out to Danny and shout out to Fabian. Shout out to Al Garcia. Appreciate you guys.
And Tony Hawk, who started it all.
Yeah, he's one of the absolute legends. He didn't start it all, but he was one of the founding fathers. If there were, you know, if it was like founding fathers type shit. But yeah, they're legends, man. But yeah, I can't wait.
Larry.
Things are gonna get better as we go forward. And
that's right.
If you're around tomorrow, we'll do a show in the morning.
It's like that show by that song by the Beatles, right? It's getting better all the time.
Yeah, it definitely is. We might have some rats to take care of tomorrow. we might have to. I think we've been a little too easy on them this week. So we might have to handle some.
That's good. It shows our versatility. Not just stuck to one genre.
We're not in a genres. We're all over the social meteors.
Meteors.
We're riding the fucking meteor all the way home.
We're riding so high, Elon Musk is after us.
Hey, they bag our energy and put it in Teslas. Right?
Did you see what happened? I want to say it was over in France. I don't know. But all these electric cars, they're programmed to stop at a red light, right? So it was at this intersection. It was a 5-way intersection, and the light misfunctioned, and it was red lights all around. The cars were stopped dead in the middle of the road. Horns beeping. They wouldn't move. They couldn't get them out. It was a fucking disaster.
And I heard if the fucking car dies, the door won't open. It'll keep you locked in the car.
Out of the car.
There's no escape hatch. Like, what do you do? Bust the window? Like, how the fuck do you get out of the car?
Yeah,
man?
it was close to 40 cars, all different angles, and they just stopped. That's it.
And when those cars catch on fire, they really explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The batteries are 22 grand.
They're like, what are they gonna do when there's a junkyard full of those batteries? That's not gonna be a good thing.
They said to make those batteries, they pollute the air more than the actual real cars do. You know, to make those lithium batteries and everything else at the factories.
Terrible idea. Terrible idea.
No, it's
And then I took a ride I've been in a couple of Teslas, but I went on a little trip in a Tesla, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I swear it was bad. Like, you're searching for the fucking charger, where to go plug it in, and that one's out of order, so you got to drive over here. This one's not where. This is just a pain in the ass. It's not.
Oh, you mean to charge the car? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fucking car's gonna die. You're like, what the fuck? You're all stressing it, and it just makes your night not fun. It makes it not fun.
And when you pull up to these stations, these charging stations, the average wait to get your car into the slot is 45 minutes. And then it's another hour or something to charge the car up. So that's 2 hours out of your day just charging the car up.
I took one to the casino once. And
really?
Yeah, they let you plug it in at the casino.
At the casino?
Yeah, but
Well, why not?
we weren't. I wasn't gonna make it to the casino, so we had to stop, plug it in before we got there. It was a fucking nightmare. It was a nightmare. And then leave it plugged in for like, I don't know, 5 hours.
Hell's Kitchen in the building. Little Joe, New York City.
Hell's Kitchen, what's going on?
Buckshot, thank you. John
You
John's
guys
got
will eventually
now.
blow up. Buckshot says you guys will eventually blow up. Hey, we're working on some big things behind the scenes. You guys will see what we're working on.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the future.
It's good. We go slow and steady at our pace.
Definitely.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming tonight. Appreciate you. If you guys like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get our videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, stick it up your ass. Have a great night, everyone.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
You got to hit us with the last line.
Oh, and remember,
don't be a bitch. Peace.
I almost forgot.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
See you tomorrow, guys.